Hey y'all out there in Facebook land, Officer Shane here with another Ask a Motor Cop. And the reason why we're having this impromptu video is because our last public safety video, hopefully you watched it, it was about sharrows and bicycle safety. And apparently that video caused quite a stir. There was well over 430 views of it, 430,000 views, excuse me, and well over 2,000 comments and questions. It's the most we've ever had. We're getting inundated. So the reason for this little video is to help calm some of the frustration that we've been seeing in the comments and questions. So with that, to help us kind of get more familiar with sharrows, I've invited our principal traffic engineer, Raphael Kobian. Raphael, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for the invite.
So Raphael, let's just jump right into this. Are sharrows new? Is this a new thing that we just decided to slap on the roadways?
Sharrows are not anything new. They're not new to the traffic engineering industry, and they're not new to the city of Anaheim. We've actually have several sharrows that we installed years back. There's some on Anaheim Boulevard, so they're not new to us. And from our engineering perspective, it's a tool that traffic engineers use throughout the state of California that's been used for quite some time.
So correct me if I'm wrong, we were talking, these are found in Long Beach, Santa Ana, all over the state. It's nothing new.
All over the state, yeah. Like you said, if you drive to Santa Ana, there's going to see a lot of them. You drive to Long Beach, you're going to see a lot of them. So it's a tool that people like me, engineers for the cities, use a lot.
And basically these things are just a heads up to drivers. It's just like any other traffic control device, correct?
Yes.
All right. Why do we have these? What's the purpose of them? Why did the city of Anaheim decide to put sharrows in our city?
So primary purpose of this is to increase bicyclist safety. The sharrows down on the pavement and the signs that we have up on the side of the road really don't change anything. Mm-hmm. They didn't give the motorist anything. They didn't cause any difference for the motorist. They didn't give the bicyclist any additional rights or change anything. The primary purpose of this is to increase the safety for the bicyclists and to remind motorists that, hey, you may see some bicyclists on this roadway, so be aware and be alert.
Right on. So, and also our discussion, a lot of people are freaking out about this. Just to keep in mind, for those of you watching, if the city of Anaheim actually decided to put a dedicated bicycle lane in such, in a residential area, those residents would actually be impacted because it would actually take away curbside parking. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So this particular project where you saw a lot of these sharrows getting installed was part of the West Anaheim to Arctic Bikeway Connector project. And what it did, as the name alludes, it connected West Anaheim over to the Arctic transit facility. So it's a way to encourage alternative transportation and get people out of their cars and ride on their bicycle. This particular project created a continuous bike route that starts over on the west end at Knott and Ball, goes down Ball Road, up Walnut, Santa Ana, Anaheim, Cerritos, and then over to Arctic. And that one particular segment that we see sharrows over on Walnut Street, the reason we did it was for exactly the reason that you described. We're cognizant that parking is at a premium in the city of Anaheim. We want to make sure that we're not removing parking and causing a burden on the residents, so we elected to install the sharrows on the roadway and install the signage the bike may use full lane.
And just so people know that we decided to go up Walnut, Santa Ana, to Anaheim to Cerritos, just to keep bicyclists away from Disneyland, which is hectic in and of itself. A lot of traffic, a lot of potential dangers. So correct me if I'm wrong, that's why we did that, is to keep them safer.
That's exactly right. We understood that there's a lot of traffic. We understood that there's a lot of times congestion along Ball Road crossing the freeway. So we went ahead and rerouted people up Walnut, Santa Ana, and down Anaheim Boulevard because it's a safer, lower speeds, lower volume, and I'm sure the bicyclists do prefer to take those safer routes.
All right, absolutely. So with that, Raphael, has drivers' responsibilities changed?
It absolutely has not.
And have bicyclists' responsibilities changed?
No, the only thing that's changed is that we added safety to the corridor, and that we're reminding drivers that, hey, you may see a bicyclist on the roadway, and be aware of that.
So in a nutshell, bicyclists, just so you're aware, on these sharrows, the vehicle code still states that you have to ride as close as practical to the right-hand portion of the roadway. And the reason why we have the sharrows for you is if you come up along a hazard, such as a parked car or somebody backing out of a driveway, we put those in for you so that way you can use that entire lane to avoid that hazard. And drivers, just so you're aware that that's what it's for. It's a traffic control safety device or a traffic safety device to give the bicyclists some protection. So just be cognizant of that. If you see the sharrows, it just means that the bicyclists can use that lane to avoid a hazard. They're still going to have to stay to the right, but if there's cars parked or, you know, whatever other hazard presents itself, they're able to move over to the left for their safety. So that way they can see what's going on and move along safely. So, Raphael, thank you for joining me. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hopefully we put your mind at ease, those of you who were concerned about these. It's nothing new. It's merely a heads up for drivers. It's a safety device for bicyclists. So I appreciate you watching. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.